I want to tell you a short story, history of female circumcision in Africa. Today we have a lot of women being circumcised in Africa. A lot of culture take it like it's the cultural duty we have to circumcise our women. And there are always different reasons for it. One of the common reasons is when you cut off the clitoris of a woman, that will kill that sexual drive and sexual sensation, which will not make her easily be manipulated by men or make her easily be controlled by anything that just go around, because her clitoris is shut off. That was their understanding. So those are one of the reasons. And the second reasons for them cutting off her clitoris was also to help her keep that place clean, as they believe, because they believe the clitoris absorb dirty and those dirty can end up inside the vagina. But the main reason was to help her not become like a whore, a bitch, a prostitute. But they believe if that is cut off, then she don't have sexual drives. But now thousands and thousands of years has passed by. Now we see now that those reasons are all lies, did not work. Because you still have so many African women, they are circumcised, but they are still a bitch. You have so many women, they are circumcised, but they still fuck around. So those reasons that really make them cut it off is becoming more and more obvious now that it did not work. But that of a man, we all understand. It even look natural.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
As you say, they cut off the clitoris. Me, I hear also about these different things. I read also book. And I want to know, do they always just cut the clitoris? Because me, I heard also and I read about, they don't just cut the clitoris. They even cut the lips and they even close the vagina. Like really closing it.
Yeah, different culture have their different way of circumcision.
Okay.
Some cultures will just only go for the clitoris. Meanwhile, inside that same culture, different practitioners also have different style. Just like a surgeon. Everybody have his way of doing his surgery.
Okay.
That's always the reason.
Okay.
Some which I've seen some African woman vagina that everything was chopped off.
Yes.
Not even the labia of the vagina. Everything they just cut off. You have nothing to just play with. So, yeah, it depends on the culture and it depends on who is doing it. But the secret is this. When these things begin like 8,000 years ago, but before 8,000 years ago, nobody talked about those things. When it began like 8,000 years ago, then African women, of course the men also, but now we are focusing on the women. African women was very huge. They have thick hips, thick laps, thick legs, thick boobs, and thick ass. They are very huge in status. And that also make many of the women have huge clitoris.
Okay.
So some of their clitoris is just like a penis.
Okay.
You know, when a clitoris is standing, it's not different from a clitoris and a penis. Exactly. So because they are huge now, it's like they have a vagina and a little penis on top of their vagina. So that was the main reason why the people start seeing it. This is abnormal. We have to cut off this thing so she can be a normal woman. That was the first reason why the circumcision even came to play about the woman. It was to separate her, according to their thinking then, it was to separate that man from that woman so she can be a complete woman.
Yes.
The main agenda was not really to, for she not to become prostitute, because then they don't think of those things. So it was not to make the men look inferior, because you are standing in front of a huge woman.
Yes.
And she have a penis and a vagina.
Yes.
And then makes you think like, where do I start from? It irritated them. That was why they just came together and said, you know what? If we born a female child, we have to cut off this thing.
And this was easier than the women to say, we can cut off the penis and give them a vagina.
Exactly.
Could be another idea.
Exactly. So that was exactly why they start cutting off all this clitoris. But many years has passed now. African women is not huge like before. Like Benin Kingdom, where I came from, just ordinary 100 years ago. If you see our women, yeah, you are huge, but you are a small woman comparing to our native Benin women.
Okay.
They have big ekwawe, like all these big hips, and when you see their vagina, it's like a big train on a plate,
Okay.
like a big food on a train.
Yes.
It's everything is huge and big, and they always have height. But now our women are getting smaller, so they don't have those giant clitoris anymore. It's not really important because why? Even if we want to cut it now because we don't want them to be a prostitute, it's already obvious that the ones we have cut before, 60% of them still end up fucking around.
Yes.
So it is not working. So that's why we are now trying to let the people know, yes, it's your culture, but when you know the history of how it becomes the culture, then you can change it. Because everybody now just see some traditions as religious people. No, this is how it is, you don't touch it. No, some things must be changed or transformed. That's why I have become now anti-circumcision. My mission now is when I even get home, I want to build a center where any parents who have a female child can be coming for counseling. They have to understand the science of the vagina, because the whole humanity was ignorant of the vagina not until the 1800. They never know anything about vagina. Up till now, everything we know about vagina is still not up to 30%. So the vagina is still like the ocean. We still have to explore, we still have to know a lot about it. So now we are seeing that no, these things people look abnormal. This is her true nature because she's a mystical being. Yeah.
I have a question. As
Yeah,
you
it
said,
will be a pleasure
as
to
you
answer
talk
you.
about the reasons why they're doing this, and now, as we know, religion is so strong
Yeah.
in Africa.
Mm-hmm.
Can it not also be that the parents, I know many of them, they are not open like me, I'm open, I can talk to my children about their sexual
Yeah.
everything.
Mm.
They can see me naked also, we are very free.
Which is normal.
So, but I know that many Africans, the children, they can even tell you, me, I never saw my mother naked. What?
Yeah.
You your children
Yeah.
see your vagina?
Many African
They will
women
be
don't
so
look at their
shocked.
vagina.
That also on top.
Yeah,
That
I
also on
noticed
top.
it.
But the parents,
I know.
they don't talk these things. So, can it not also be that they still doing it today? Because then for them it's just like, cut it there, let this be closed, let this be a taboo.
Yeah.
And I don't have to talk with
Talk
my
about
daughter
it.
about these things. I
Yeah.
don't have to explain to her
Yeah.
how sex works. I don't have to period, all these things.
Yes.
They like this, they close it, so now it's taboo.
Mm-hmm. Like a discussion you don't want to touch.
Because for them it's a sin.
Mm-hmm.
For them it's even a sin, like, my child should not see me naked.
Yeah.
My child should not know that
Yeah.
I come because I did sex with her father.
Yeah.
They should never
Yeah,
even
many of the
think
women cannot scream
that,
and come.
hey, you made sex, so that's why I'm here.
Yeah.
You
Yes,
understand? So I
yes.
think this can also, these our days.
What you're talking about is
The
sex
reason-
education between parents and children is very important. In Africa, it's not all family. In some family, it's like taboo. It's like taboo. Like me, when I was on my puberty, I could not discuss with anybody that I always feel honey. You know what that means for a little boy who's just growing? You can't discuss it. So when I'm in the bathroom, then I have to play with my penis. But there was really nobody who can guide me and say, listen, this is normal. You are growing. This is how it is.
And can I ask how is in the school? How
In the
schools
in the
are-
school, More schools are becoming better now, but during our time, the schools were more like a typical kind of cultural way. For example, a teacher can even beat you, and your parents will thank the teacher for beating you.
Yes.
You know, it's so crazy. But
My parents, they were going through such kind of school also.
Yeah, of course. That was the old time.
Yeah.
But
Here
now
also
things are
in Germany.
getting more better. But what the area I see that is really lacking now is there should be a complete freedom of expression between the parents and the children, especially the female children.
Yes.
Because many women, African women cannot sit their daughter down and give them sex education. They see it like a sacrilege. I cannot talk to my daughter about vagina and dicks. They don't even like to do it. Because they never get it from their parents.
I can also tell you, because my mother also, you know, she born 1930.
Oh, okay.
So her parents also didn't talk these things.
Mm.
There was also like a...
They were typical traditional
the first
Germans.
man you bring... It was so here also, not typical everywhere in these times.
Yeah.
So for my mother was also so. The first man you bring home will be the one you marry.
Ah, yeah. I know those.
And that is
thinking.
not so long ago, you see. And so my mother also, she didn't talk these things with me. I remember when I first saw her having her period, and I asked her, why are you bleeding? And she said, I have my days.
No.
You know, like, yeah,
so
then
cute.
blood
My
will be
days.
there. You know, she
There's
was
a
like,
nice word, I have my days.
yeah. Yeah.
Shop my tag.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So she
cute.
was also shy to explain. So me to hear all these things first time was in school. And my children also hear it in school. So now it's so free. For me, even too free, of course, sometimes also because of internet and all these things. But this is another problem. But
Yeah.
that's what I wanted to say. The point that my mother also could not talk to me open.
Yeah.
Because she also went through this kind of school. She had this kind of parents. They were not open. So luckily me, I at least
It's more
hear
like
this.
those generations.
Exactly.
Yeah, those generations, they are very secretive, if I may say. Like me, when I was growing up, my mother would not like to show us that she's crying, because it's like sign of weakness. Why would my children see that I'm weak?
Yes.
But we know she's not fine. Yeah, so it's more like a kind of a secret. That was the age of the Pisces. Everything is secret. But now we're in the age of Aquarius. Everything has to come out to light now. Everything has to be expressed now. And that's why when it comes to circumcision, this is discussion now we have to take to the table of everybody, regardless your religion. A woman needs a clitoris. A clitoris is what makes her even a woman.
Yes.
This is what makes her feel and connected to this Mother Earth. So you have so many women in Africa. Many are emotionally dead. You can kiss her, touch her. She don't feel anything. And if the men make love to the women, you have to stay there for many hours. Boom, 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 boom. Pounding the place as if it's digging a ground.
Because she never
Because she
noticed
needs time.
Yes.
She needs so much time. And many of the men don't have knowledge. They don't know how to first also play with her to make her arouse and all that. But we have to just push those things aside and follow the shortcut, which is leave her clitoris alone.
Yes.
She's perfect the way she is, and she don't need to be addicted. Yeah, that's just my stand. Yeah, I just wanted to also share with my Facebook followers some of part of our discussion here. I wish you a nice day. Bye bye. Can we also see the person talking now? We cannot. People, they never get enough. They want to have everything. That is humans for you. They want to have everything. No, you cannot.
I will say the little secrets here.
Yeah.
I wish you guys love, peace, and a beautiful day ahead.
Yes, like we are having here now.
Yes.
Okay, bye bye for now.